Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
What's up, everybody? It's time for another episode of Thique Talk Podcast. I am excited, especially for this episode. It is a special episode. It is something different I haven't done in a very long time, and that is have a special guest on our show. But not just any guest. For all of you who know, New Orleans Red Dress Run has been a staple in my life and in Thique Talk's life for the last 6 years. So we've been trying to get some stuff going. We've been trying to talk to some people that are based out of New Orleans, like that understands what it has been, what it has become. So today I am excited to have a guest on the show who has his own promotion company, who is a brand and marketer and curator is what we'll call him today. That I have grown to love, grown to learn, and I'm hoping to get to know even more tonight with this episode. Before I bring him onto the stage, I do want to let this disclaimer go. This is not my first time trying to do this with him. So we gonna make sure it's real hot tonight, real on point, because I wanted to do this a year ago, but I think I scared the people away. So I'm really excited to have him on stage. So I'm gonna welcome TK from TK Events to the stage. So welcome to the team. Welcome to the stage. How do you feel?
I feel good. Like you said, this is kind of my first time doing it, so I was a little nervous. How you doing?
Why was you nervous?
Well, I mean, it's podcast. It's a visual. It's on camera, so you never know what may come out. So I kind of stepped back a little bit and had to think about before I really hit the camera.
That's okay. That's true. I'll give you that. Welcome to the stage. I want to welcome you to Thique Talk. I'm gonna give you this disclaimer because I always try to give this disclaimer first. I am not a safe space. I do not make your safe space. This is a consensual space. So at any time you may feel like that is a little off bounds, you just let me know.
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, first tell the people who you are, how long you've been doing this, why do you do this, and where do you do this at?
Everyone know me as TK. I've been promoting TK Events New Orleans here in New Orleans for the last 7 or 8 years. Before that, I've been a community person where, years ago when the nightlife was nightlife, I love bringing people together before the events or after the events to my home. And it kind of scaled up from there. I left the city for a few years, came back, and a friend and I got together and really kicked off Red Dress Run weekend. We kind of curated some of the events together, and that's how TK have kind of blossomed into what it has become. Of course, I don't just host events during Red Dress Run weekend. I do all of the major events throughout the year, which is Mardi Gras, Bayou Classic, Halloween, and other major events here in the city. Just like right now, we have Tales of the Cocktail, but I'm not doing something this time because it's a hospitality industry. But I try to catch some of the major events that go on throughout the city. Of course, everyone knows New Orleans, a huge party city, very cultural, very very diverse, and that brings people here every year for almost every event. A lot of people may not know our original name is DeCarvos. I am a flight attendant as well as a business owner, a food truck owner of Goods Barbecue in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. That is finally coming here this year for Red Dress Run. So you guys look out for it.
Okay. I didn't know that. Or did I? I
Yeah.
might have known that. I think. So, of course, people that are listening, that are watching, they're going to want to know, why didn't you do the show last year?
I think it was a lot of controversy that, like I told you, said at the beginning. Yeah, I had to kind of wrap my head around a lot of things of questions that might be asked and what I might say on the camera. So I had to kind of regroup and kind of get everything together if needs to be or what was said. So this year I was like, everyone is asking the questions. Everyone is looking for the answers. This year is the year. Let's talk.
Well, I appreciate you for letting me be one of the first people that you talk to. But before we get into the conversations, I always like to warm it up. I like to get you talking, right? So this game is called Red Flag or Red Dress. Red flag is a no go. Red dress is a green go. Okay. You ready?
Okay.
Booking your hotel in July, is that a red flag or a red dress?
I think that's a red dress.
Okay.
Definitely a red dress.
Flying in on Saturday morning only, is that a red flag or a red dress?
That's definitely a red flag
Why is it a red flag?
because it seems like you're only coming in for one thing.
They just want to be there for
um,
the dress.
they want to be there just for the dress, but they might just want to be there for one event. So
That's
it
true.
could be both, but I give it a red flag dog, because if you're gonna experience it, I feel like you should experience the whole weekend.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
Um, Matching dresses with the friend group, is that a red flag or a red dress?
that has became a red dress. That is
Oh,
definitely became a red dress because it creates a vibe in a friendship group, and then also outside, and looking from the outside looking in. And in the streets, like I said, you see your friend group walking down, it just creates a vibe and a look for the city as well. That we're bringing people together and having fun.
agree. I enjoy seeing the friend group do like a cheerleading outfit or whatever they choose. Me and my
Absolutely.
co-host, we have a little cohesiveness going on this year, so I'm interested to see how it translates because we've never done that before.
I think it's a lot of people are going gearing towards that this year, as well as me and a couple of friends as well. We're gonna see how that goes. It's
Mm.
definitely a vibe. It's definitely a thing that's going.
Falling in love during red dress, is that a red flag or a red dress?
Oh, come on now, T. Why you gotta ask me that?
I'm just
That-
saying.
That's a that's a red flag. That is a red flag.
What?
That is a red flag.
Why is it a red flag? They might find their husband at red dress.
Actually, I do know someone that did find their husband during red dress, and they got married, and still together. Amazing.
So it's a
But
red dress.
that the percentage wise, some
Mm.
people come for the hookup, some people come for the red dress, and some people come to find their mate. But the larger percentages, we're coming to have fun. I'll keep it that simple. But you can read
Fair.
between the lines, right? We
I'm
do have
sure
more fun than trying to curate a relationship.
there are a lot of parties that aren't on flyers, and I'll say that.
Definitely. Yeah, I'll say that.
Oh, oh, what?
I don't want to go too far into, but it's definitely amazing parties and curated parties for everyone that during the
Mm.
nightlife, which more than usual this year, but it's definitely being created.
Breaking the budget by Friday night, is that a red dress or a red flag?
That's a red flag. Definitely a red flag. You haven't even hit the core of Red Dress Run weekend. That means you kind of need to get it a little bit together before you come and experience, a full weekend. You're now staying in the hotel and can't experience the rest of the weekend because you might be missing out on something that could be beneficial to you. So
Well, that's when the girls will
I
get
think
on the
that's a red
apps to
flag.
make it work. They'll get on the apps to finesse something. I'm sure they'll make it work.
Right.
Don't they always?
Don't
Um,
Hey, the fun is in the hotel room.
oh, he said that,
Well,
not
yeah.
me. He said that, not me. My hotel room is saved, sanctified, filled.
Hey, amen.
The door is locked. The top block is latched. Okay. Wearing the same dress every year, is it a red flag or a red dress?
I would give that a red flag. Definitely a red flag.
Definitely.
We want different looks. We want different vibes. Like I said, it's a thing of the weekend. So you have to come with a different red dress every year. Granted,
Agree.
I've seen people with their same red dress. I've seen people trade with friends red dresses, budgeting wise. So hey, whatever fits you, like we're enjoying the weekend.
Whatever works, right?
Whatever works for you and your friends, or you period. Is just, do you, baby.
That's fair. Meeting someone Thursday and extending your trip to Monday. Red flag or red dress?
That's red dress. That means you enjoyed the weekend. That definitely means you enjoyed the
But
weekend.
see, now
So
you say that, but then you said I can't find love down there. But they making me
I
extend
didn't
my
say
trip.
I didn't say you fell in love. I said the weekend was successful. It might not be love. You're just still, enjoying yourself throughout the weekend, over the weekend to the weekday.
That's
That
fair.
means that the city, have fulfilled whatever we had going on.
Fair.
So let's do an extended stay.
Spending more on your dress than you did your flight. Is that a red dress or red flag?
Repeat that one more time. Let me make
Spending
sure.
more on your dress than you did your flight. Is that a red dress or red flag?
That is a red dress, baby. That is definitely a red dress. I mean, because hey, you can find a cheap flight, but you want to create a experience with your dress. Hey, people are gonna bring the biggest gowns, the shortest gowns, or whatever it may be. On the more expensive size, whatever they design and whatever they have, whatever their budget can afford.
Yeah.
You know, because the
The
name
girls
of
pull it all
the
out.
weekend is red dress, right? So you definitely want to spend your top dollar on that red dress to make sure you outshine everyone that weekend.
N-
And I can also say that it's not about, of course, the weekend is not about outshining anyone. Also have a meaning. So we'll probably get into that a little bit later.
I will say it's a red dress, but it's also gonna be a red flag because I do feel like it doesn't cost a lot to look like the grandest ball, the grandest
It
girl at the
does.
ball. Sometimes we just don't know how to put it together. But my last one is one of probably the most controversial questions right now.
Okay.
Skipping the actual red dress run charity event. Is that a red dress or a red flag?
That is a red flag. That is a red flag. Definitely a red flag. To me is let's go back to where it started. Um, Even though sometimes the weekend definitely takes over, which is a understanding on my, you know, where I'm coming from. Because sometimes I can say that I have a lot of events going on that weekend. I have maybe 1 year, 2 years. I've skipped the red dress run to make sure that my venues are straight. But as far as someone coming to visit that is not curating an event, the main focus of that weekend is the red dress run organization, which is the Hash House Harriers. That we need to make sure that we highlight and support, throughout the weekend. Um, so definitely a red flag. Definitely a red flag.
We talked about a lot of things tonight. We have red dress do's and don'ts. We can talk about what they should wear. We could talk about how the girls should travel. We should talk about love and lusting a red dress run. But I want to talk about the evolution of red dress run. I've been coming, 2026 will be year number 6 for me. And I've been coming since the pandemic, right?
Right.
And when I came years ago, there was no type of curated events. Really, there might have been 1 or 2 parties, but it was authentic. Get down here, Bourbon Street, the Page. It was an after
So,
hours I went to once or twice, and you just had a good time. And now it's like almost like Pride in the Bayou is what I've been calling it because I'm like, they're trying to make this like a gay pride. And hear me out when I say this. I love my community. I love all
correct.
my promoters. I love what y'all do. However, y'all girls got my money for DC Pride, New York Pride, Charlotte Pride, Atlanta Pride, Chicago, Dallas, Houston, Philly.
We've been traveling, right?
Yes, and New
Pride.
Orleans is usually our like release. It's like me and my friends just go. I've been to, and I'm not ashamed to say it, 6 years ago, I was only 24 or 25.
Mhm.
We were coming to red dress from $300 into my pocket, and I made the
Right.
weekend work. I didn't miss a
Right.
meal. I didn't miss a drink. I remember my first year going, the Page had unlimited drinks between like 3 and 7 or something like that for like
Yes,
$12
yes, yes.
or something like that. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, my God. And so, now we are in a phase of like this year, I'm going to do what I've
Wow.
always done and just do my little parties that I'm
The way you've
support
been
y'all.
going, correct.
Yeah, to support my NOLA folks, but that's it. This year there are parties, there are picnics, cookouts, and events that it's just like overwhelming. And I've been talking to a lot of people that have been going for a lot of years, and they are also like, the capitalism is kind of taken away from the essence of the weekend.
Yes.
What do you say as a promoter, as somebody that's out there in New Orleans? Like, how do you feel about the evolution, and how should people feel about this?
Um, I'm a person that I keep my ears to the ground, as well as I'm in the battlefield myself. So my whole outlook on everything is that I've been here since the beginning of since way even years before you've been coming on this song. So when I look at everything now, it's like people are saying, it's oversaturated at this point. Um, Capitalism at its best. I feel like that promoters now are just like you said, they're coming in and just taking over a city without even knowing, or even how would I say it, communicating with locals and understanding where we're coming from or why we created the environment. That goes to say, this year is my first year doing attaching New Orleans urban pride to Red Dress Run, and I've taken out Red Dress Run and became Red Dress Fest, because I think I've probably been the only organization and promoter that has reached out and have been in communication with people called Red Dress Run organization, but it's actually the Hash House Harriers. I reached out to them and asked, how can I be, a part of the organization, and because I don't want to step on anyone's toes, and as well as I don't want to be served no documents saying that I'm taking over a experience. They feel like I'm taking over experience that is, that was never mine. That's why a few years ago when I kind of started TK Events and started doing events for Red Dress Run, I was doing it actually for the community, but keeping a lookout, saying I'm donating to the Hash House Harriers as well, because a lot of people don't know that's coming into the city. Years ago, we had a venue and a club, amazing club called Fusions. That was one of our only major, besides the Vibe, LGBTQ plus club that we experience, and that brings during Bayou Classic and all other events that brought like large amount of groups together. Um, Years ago, it caught on fire, burned down. So we've kind of been, of course, at the amazing place called The Page, which is kind of the melting pot of our community for the last
Yes,
some years
indeed.
now.
Yes.
That's where I've been for years, and I go there almost every other night. I mingle and communicate with my friends, my peers, my community. I'm always approachable and out and about. I also, as a business person, keeping my ears to the ground that we're not gonna move away from the page, but I also look at the experience that people want to have here in the city and try to create that vibe. So I kind of took my um, uh, own money and went and created spaces that we love for the moment, like a few hours of the weekend or a major weekend that's going on, and created spaces for larger spaces for us to go than being, kind of oversaturating the bar, being in the streets where some people do not want to participate. Um, of course, people in the community kind of see that, and what we were speaking of earlier, they kind of snowballed into, if one person sees something that's going good, then you're going to bring on a lot of other things. So I just kept going with the flow. I kept creating a vibe, because again, when the tourists or anyone is not here, what is
Hmm.
it for us to do?
Right. That's so
So
true.
I mean, like I said, the page is amazing. I'm cool with the owner for years. He has seen me grown into the man I am today. And I take a lot of advice from him. His name is Willie Mackey. The page is amazing. But to experience a vibe from other cities than a bar, New Orleans is a bar culture. We hop from bar to bar. especially in the French
Mhm.
Quarter, which everyone knows. Um, so I try to, like I said, make safe spaces in other venues that we have never been able to go to. So I took my own initiative to create those spaces. And then looking forward, like I said, it has snowballed into something that I never thought, especially Red Dress Run. Now people from other cities are coming to take over without knowing the history nor knowing what it's about. They're just seeing
Yeah.
money. They're saying,
So
if he
do
can
you
do it,
think
I can take over. So,
that growth is helping or hurting the purpose of this whole intention? Oh,
mm,
excuse me.
that's fine. I feel like with my ear, like I said, my ears has been to the ground. I feel like it's hurting it a little bit. I feel like that people more. I'm hearing more of it's oversaturated now. I don't even want to go. It's too many parties. It's too many friends that I know have these events. I don't even know where to go now. You're pulling people left and right when it never was like that. I'll be straightforward. I'm like, what are you doing here? What are the reasons? And I'm gonna be honest. I've invited one group that I will not say, um, that was only supposed to be curating events on one day of the week. That I gave them, the major day of the week, and kind of put it towards, saying, it would be something extra to bring to the city. But now the mistake that I made was
Opening the
opening
door.
that door, opening that door,
Yes.
which has
Yeah.
created a monster. So,
Yeah.
with that said, I'd rather battle with promoters, us close here in the community, and make sure that we're successful and we're creating this environment, because no one knows New Orleans like the locals. So, and that's the environment that the tourist want to come and see and experience. So, with that being said, it's definitely the capitalism is definitely at its best this year. So that's a mouthful. So
No, I'm glad you said that because I think that's really what people are feeling like. Dang, like it's kind of like I don't know. I've been watching it for a long time, and it's interesting. It is. I'm interested to see how this year goes because also I know DC Pride. I've been going there for years, and this year really
it was
showed.
overwhelming.
Yeah, people oversold parties.
Correct.
They overpromised. They weren't able to keep up with the demand, and New Orleans has done just a really good job at just being that home feeling. I just love being there, right? Um, I will say this to kind of segue into my experiences too. Now, I will say all promoters aren't like you, right? I remember in 2020 or 2021, there was a promoter that was like, "Hey, I sold out my sections. You got the last one." We didn't know anything about this, and they were only having parties at the hangar then. And we booked a section. We was like, okay, and got there. Nobody was there, and the boy wasn't even there. Like I didn't hear from him no more after that. I don't even know if it was
Oh
his
wow.
party. And then a year later or 2 years later, somebody I thought was a friend of mine where it was like, "Oh, I'm throwing this party. I'm gonna have this celebrity here. It's gonna be a good time. Get your section." I'm a section girly. I love a section because I
Right.
wear boots. I wear my. I need to sit down. I want to put
You,
my drink. I don't want
you're
to wait in
looking good.
line.
You have your
Yeah.
pieces on. Yeah.
We're like, okay, we're gonna get the section. Luckily, my friend was like, "No, CJ, don't do it. Something don't feel right." And the celebrity never showed up. The party wasn't right. It was a fool. And I remember people talk about it for months afterwards. So then I say that to say, I also think some promoters from the outside looking in said, "Ooh, there's an opportunity. These people aren't used to this. They're not used to throwing parties." At that time, I think a lot of younger people just were excited because people were starting to make Red Dress Run a thing. So I could just throw a party. But you got people from outside that have been doing it for 20 years. They're like, "Oh, I can go to New Orleans and make some money." Whereas now this year, it's like everybody want a piece of New Orleans.
Correct. That is the name of the game now. Like I said, I started it 2019, 2020, and like when it comes to Red Dress Run, and I started with my brother, uh, homie Robert Jones, which some people may know as the governor. the finale, me and him collaborated together with the pool. With the rooftops
Oh, at the hotel.
at the Hotel Troubadour, which was over. It was successful, but it was it was more than what we expected.
I got a bone to pick with you about that. We'll talk about that in a second.
We'll get into it. And a lot of things, like I said, as far as the venue wise, it was the crowd of people. It was a good experience for some. It was a bad experience for others. I stand in my truth. But as far as the weekend, the beginning of when I started doing Red Dress Run events, it was something new, and it was like I said, I was bringing that environment together, and I kind of got to know what works and what didn't work. And like I said, it has grown tremendously, as you can see, as everyone can see.
Yes.
Because I guess it made everyone want to start coming here even more. So I don't know if it, like I said, I've been doing it for years. When I started, I don't remember anyone else really, in the game like I was, and putting their money where their mouth was. To be quite
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I create venues that we were never welcome at one point.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been like that for years. Hopefully I can keep going and catching people attention where, like I said, support the locals. That's all I can say.
Now, I
Support the
will
locals.
say, for those who are listening and watching and been going to New Orleans for years, the hotel party was always usually on Sunday. It was on the rooftop of the hotel.
The Troubadour
Now,
Hotel.
one thing that you can't help, it just be hot as hell up there. So if you remember, you remember that the bar is a long bar and it walks all the way around, but it's
Correct.
hot as hell. But my bone to pick with you, and I pick with all my promoters is, when we book these places, can y'all please start asking how much are the drink prices? Because my first time at the hotel, I got 3 drinks. My tab was $98.
Correct.
I said, we're going back to the page because I can't do this. At that time, I wasn't making the money that I make
Listen,
today.
I get where you're coming from. So that's why I said those were my beginning stages of Red Dress Run, and also collaborating with these venues, bringing those events to those venues, not knowing that, of course, you probably don't know, but after the fact, close friends of mine was like, we come to the rooftop all the time, and we've never paid that much for drinks or that much. So I was unaware of things that were going on, and as well as you know, I don't do events at the rooftop anymore. They've lost their liquor license. They've closed down. A lot of the venues, something always happens. So karma comes back to them.
Yeah.
I just say karma comes back to them. But again, I always tell my venues this, and I'm very, very straightforward. The Page and the French Quarter, I party, like I told you, I party there. I hang out there. That is my home. So at the end of the day, if you can't meet me in the middle, I understand that you have to make profit. If you can't meet me in the middle of those prices, because honestly, a lot of people are going to go and stand on the streets and drink at the Page or at other local bars that we participate in on a regular day. I can't create an atmosphere someone else if you're charging people $50 for a drink. So I get where you're coming from, and like I said, now I kind of communicate that to my venue, of how I do business. Try to meet a medium when it comes to customer prices and things like that.
I love that you said that. Let me ask you this, because I know we can talk all day about business. What's the craziest thing you've ever saw at Red Dress Run?
During Red Dress Run, it's no crazy that you can't see. It's New Orleans. So we've seen you have the naked bike ride. You have people having sex anywhere. That's on a regular day. So it's nothing crazy that I will see that doesn't catch my eye. I'll be like, oh, wow, okay. But you have to think, years ago, Mardi Gras, you can walk down the street butt naked and you'll be okay with breasts people showing breasts and things like that. Now they put a limitation on
Times have
those things
changed, yeah.
and kind of commercialize a lot of things. But again, I'm at the age where it's normal to me. Of course, I live right here in the CBD French Quarter, so when I walk out my door, I see craziness all the time.
Well, since you said that, what's the craziest thing you've ever done in Red Dress Run?
Wow, why you? That's what
You
you
thought
want
I
to
was
ask?
gonna go there? Of course. Of course.
I plead the fifth. Look, I'm gonna do my hand motion like help me, but no, I don't think I've done ever because I'll be so busy. T, I'm so I'll be so busy that sometimes I forget to have fun because I'm in business.
So you
I'm in
telling me
business
you
mode.
ain't never did nothing off the wall of Red Dress Run? You've been doing this too long to not tell me you never had a drunk night at Red Dress Run?
I've had a tipsy night at Red Dress Run.
Ooh.
Maybe there's nothing wrong with someone going under your dress, but if they want to, there's nothing wrong with that. But I can't say that's crazy to me. That's something
I get
normal.
it. That's
You're gonna get touched. You're gonna get fondled. I mean, especially if you have a
we
dress that's showing body.
the people there's two sides to that. There are people that are like, I'm going to Red Dress Run. I know they're gonna touch. I know they're gonna feel. A person like me, I don't really care. It's a lot of boom, boom, boom. It is what it is.
Right.
But then you have the younger people, like we just talked about with Mardi Gras, like, oh, I know I got on this dress that's probably right on my butt cheeks to see through, but nobody should touch me, and I need consent. And there is a
It's
difference.
definitely a what and what matter when it comes to consensual. You're out in the streets of the French Quarter, and you're amongst a lot of intoxicated men, black men, and you're at one point. If you have the look that they're looking for, and they want to walk through and touch, that's even if they're in a crowd, a crowded bar, they're gonna squeeze through there just to get their fill.
Let me tell
And
you,
I
because
feel like as a
that page needs to give out. I need some money from that place because they be getting all type of feels in there.
you're
Oh,
definitely gonna
baby.
get fondled or touched for at least one time going into these areas. So I say just being a grown and understanding type of person. Now, don't go overboard with it. You might get a little
Yeah.
feel, but don't be too disrespectful with it because that could be a problem. Which like I said, I haven't experienced like it being overwhelmed like that, but I get what you're saying. I definitely get.
Yeah. So 2026, we are 3 weeks away from the big weekend. What are you looking forward to the most for Red Dress Run 2026?
I'm looking for, let's say, for the people to understand the local. I'm looking for people to understand it's home. It's a community that we have to support. What to support and how to support and how to show up. With that being said, look at the whole weekend and kind of figure it out, and get the local experience. And I'm not only just saying myself, but create, an itinerary that supports the people that's here. Because I can't say it like I battle with the promoters that's here. But that's like a sibling kind of situation where I'll fight my siblings inside the house, but I would never, go against them, outside of the house or whatever with someone else. So that's why I kind of say to people, create a itinerary that support the locals, understand where you're going. Because I'll say this also, me personally, myself, don't nobody know the venues in the area like. So we're gonna give you that. We're gonna give you that experience, that culture, that environment. So I'll leave it at that.
Okay, I love
Read
that.
between the lines.
No, I love that. I love the nostalgia that you all are trying to bring back. That's what I'm talking about. Now I want to dive in some deep water really quick. We're talking
How
about
deep?
Red Dress. We're talking about Red Dress Run from the inside looking out.
Okay.
How about the people from the outside looking in? First being, women have this love-hate relationship with Red Dress Run.
They
I
do.
was very skeptical about bringing the first women with me on my trip. I also am one of those gays. I don't really like girls on my trips with gays. I just
Right.
don't.
It can either go left or right.
Okay.
You got to know which women to bring with you or females to bring with
And I have all great women. It just always be like, I don't want them to feel like, oh, nobody, I'm not getting no attention, or because this
you.
ain't
Right.
your time, But I've been bringing my aunts and my cousins and friends for the last 3 years. They're all
Mm.
for it. But then we get online 2 weeks after Red Dress Run. You have women and Black women that are looking at people's videos of them in dresses,
They're
judging them,
bashing.
talking shit. I mean, going all against it. What would you
Right.
say to those women to say what red dress means to so many people and how important it is to people?
Well, a large percentage of those people are not educated on what it really is, what Red Dress Run really is, and where it came from and where it originated from. So they're just dumb to the fact of saying, getting online, and that's like with anyone. That people get on social media and say the craziest thing without even knowing, the background of it. So it's just the fact of speaking to women, educating them on saying this is not just, men in dresses. Um, that's probably what's highlighted, is more so of starting to be highlighted that weekend. But this stuff been going on before they even knew what it was, or a large percentage of the world knew what red dress run is. And I can't say that it's just not even in our community. It didn't even start in our community. So I think our Black LGBTQ culture just starting to highlight it even more.
Yeah.
Which I'll knock on wood for that, but but they don't know where it originated from.
Yeah.
This is a drinking club. This is a charity event, and that's those 2 words right there just needs to be highlighted throughout the weekend to say, in social media posts and things like that, saying this is an organization that benefit other people benefit off of that are in need of anything, because they donate to a lot of organizations. But again, this year, even though I donate to Red Dress Run, the Hash House Harriers, I am also donating to Yaya, which is a youth group, a art youth group that's filled with kids that's with entertainment and art, that's here locally in the city, as well as I'm donating, I'm highlighting Brotherhood Incorporated this year, which is a HIV testing facility here in the city that advocates for our
I
community.
love that. Oh, I love
And
that.
for that to be said, it's a lot of facilities and a lot of like people here, which I have been made aware of and I've seen. They're just saying, "Oh, look, I'm gonna donate to this," which they don't know what they're donating to or where this organization came from. Brotherhood has been here since I was young. This was the first testing facility that I seen in the club, giving out condom packets, and no one has ever highlighted them. No one has never gave them their kudos of what they've done in the community. Because of course, another brand has came around and kind of overshadowed. A commercial brand has came around and oversaturated it. So this year I'm highlighting Brotherhood Incorporated, Yaya, and as well as the Hash House Harriers to donate to.
Nice. I love that. Now, my next question in the deep waters. What
It's
do
a
you
lot of
say
deep
to
waters, Steve. What's up?
what do you say to the gay boys that say, I'm not wearing no dress? Their masculinity can't be challenged. What do you say? Because I enjoy seeing you in a dress. I'll put
So
that out there.
I say it's stages to it. So
Mm,
you got your first timers that come to the city, and of course, they're in their mind. It's a party. So I'm coming to
mhm.
party. Some people say I'm coming to party, but they've never experienced red dress runs or what it is because they don't know. Again, just like the straights or the women, they don't know what it is. So when they come to the city, that's the kickoff part of them educating themselves of what's going on. They wanting to come. They wanted to experience. The second year's, third year, like I said, after that kickoff, it's stages to it. Oh, now I know what it is, and now I see it's just not gay guys, and it's just not black people, and it's just not us. We are. Then they'll be like, oh, I want to get now. I'll do it for the cause. So now I understand it
Yeah,
because people
they
only
get their
see
white validation, huh?
they need the validation, and then they, like I said, then they see the other masculine men in the dresses, of course.
Right.
and encourage them to look. I can put this on and be sexier than them. It's all
Yeah.
kind of ways that could go of saying putting someone in a dress and making it make sense. But main thing, bringing it back to saying this is for a cause. This is just not only just for fun. Of course, it's the highlight of the weekend. We made it to become what it is, but it's for a cause. That's the
It's for
bottom
a
line
cause.
for everything. Don't think
Yeah.
that, oh, we're just out here doing drag shows in the
Being
street.
punks. Yeah.
We love our drags, but we're doing this for a cause. Some of our culture would come out and do it just because they're having fun in it. They're being their youth. They're stepping into their comfort zone.
Yeah.
So,
No, I agree with that. When I first told my aunt, because me and my aunt grew up like brother and sister, it was only 7 years apart. And so I remember my first time inviting them, like, I'm really nervous. I'm like, y'all, just be aware, because they've been with me to gay clubs and DC
right.
and all that, but I was like, let me let y'all know. Number one, it's a lot of fine men down here. So just go ahead and brace yourself. Number two, the white people will be in dresses on Thursday until the weekend is over. You'd be surprised at how many white people are there all weekend in dresses doing their thing.
Because they hear the fact of Red Dress Run weekend, and they think that it's a misconcept where they think that every event you have to wear a dress. No, it's only one day. That's this year. That's August the 8th. And it stems off of the 5K run of Red Dress Run organization Hash House area. People are just flooding the street because of the run. After that, that's what it has usually been before the major parties and the major hangouts. So that's the main reason why people get it kind of confused, where it's the whole Red Dress Run weekend, because they're only hearing, oh, I got to wear a dress the whole weekend. No, it's just one day you have to wear a dress. Every day is a tourist type of environment.
Okay, now we're gonna come out the deep water. Give me your 5 places to eat at for a newcomer of New Orleans.
And I have not I'm putting my local restaurants together. So the 5 main places I can say off the top of my head that I just actually experienced. Number one is, because this is our community and they're good, is Up and Adam. That's a breakfast brunch spot that's on Canal Street. When you come here, you have to go patronize them. They are an amazing couple that owns the location Up and Adam. They also own King and Queen Pageantry System, but they are part of our community and amazing good food and experience. Second place, I would say, I'm a coffee and brunch kind of person, breakfast eater. So, Bump and Grind. It's new here in the city, and they specialize in matcha and things like that. Black owned, amazing. So it's called Bump and Grind, BMPGRND. It's located in the CBD. So every location that I'm mentioning, it's in a good local area. Especially if you're going to be staying at the host hotel, La Meridia. Let me plug that in.
Plug it.
That link is in the bio. But the third place would be Wild Turkey, that I just experienced last night.
Where's that at?
That's also here in the CBD, in the warehouse district, actually.
Okay.
Amazing. It's stuffed turkey legs, everything. A lot of dishes are turkey. So amazing. I had a good experience there. The fourth place is right by the page. It's called B Sweets.
Oh.
The best gumbo you can ever taste. The best sweets that you can ever eat. She's amazing. I'll put those hours out of when they're open, but it's like 1 block or 2 blocks from the page on Rampart, and it's called B Sweets. The fifth one,
fifth for the last.
I'm gonna put them all together in a clump. Of course, can't come to the city without experiencing Larry Morrow.
Okay.
You
want to name his places? Name them.
I'm gonna touch base on this afterwards. I'm gonna touch base. One is Song Chong. The other one is Spicy Mango. Another one is Mondays, and one is Morrow's, and the fifth one is Morrow Steakhouse.
Mm-hmm.
So he has multiple location and restaurants that I tell people go and experience. Give your own.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own opinion.
And yeah, I've been to most of his spots. The other four you named, I've never been to, so I'm excited to try them out this year. I will say I'm gonna name my five places, and
Okay.
you're probably gonna say yuck, because I'm not from New Orleans, so I don't know.
Okay.
But every year I have to go get my fresh juice, fresh breakfast from this place called Two Chicks. I love their juice.
1 block away from where I'm at. It's right in
Really,
the CBD. Yeah.
I love Two Chicks. That's one of my favorites. Now, the next place, people gonna say yuck, but I've been going there for years, and it's a tradition. And also, I've made friends with a bartender there for years. We're just good friends. Oceana, they have the best alligator bites to me.
That's the late night kind of. If you want to
Hmm.
get something late night in the middle of the French Quarter, I always tell people I support the French Quarter. I live right here in the French Quarter almost, and that anything in the French Quarter is tourist food to me. But of course,
I knew you
if
were
I'm
gonna say that.
hungry, if I'm
Well,
hungry,
well,
they
the thing about Oceana that I love, it's a huge venue. So like, it's my group of people that's going. It's like 14 of us. So
right,
I need somewhere where we can hold us, and so
right.
Oceana is always able to accommodate. The next place that's always able to accommodate is Dini's. Always able to make it work. Eat their food.
No comment. No comment.
I know you tear me up. Number four for me is, oh my God, this is my ghetto food place. This is not even good to eat, but if you drop on the Bourbon Street, I always get that chicken from that chicken place. What's it called?
Well, Willie's.
Yes, hands down, hands down, my favorite drunk
Well, when you
meal.
come back, I think you probably haven't seen the new spots there. It's called Voodoo and Willie's. They've taken over the French Quarter and Canal Street area where it's
Ooh.
commercialized where they're everywhere. Chicken
Well,
tenders and chicken and things.
there is a chicken place in the warehouse district. I don't remember the name of it, but their chicken was better. I just never can remember the name of it, so I usually don't get it no
Okay.
more. But
They're not a franchise or anything.
no, it was a very
The Gus.
local. Yes. Oh my God. Boom. Good chicken. And number five was, of course, Mondays. I love their
Okay.
sweet potato beignets.
Okay. I can say this. If you want to, let me tell you, those are my restaurant type of venue. But I get hood with it. I know the hole in the wall places, and they have the best food. So let's
As
touch
long as
base
you don't
on
take me
that
to
real quick.
Melba's,
We're not going there either.
I got
Man,
food
look,
poisoning from there.
I'm sure you did, but you know, it's always like the corner stores that have the best po' boys. 3, 4
Mm.
o'clock in the morning, I go to Broad and Banks. It's a store that's in the back of the store. They making po' boys. They fry you shrimp. They do everything. They stay open almost all night. Um, Also a breakfast spot called oh my gosh, the gas Valero.
Like the gas
Probably a lot
station?
of people have seen my story and know I go there almost every few nights, 5 o'clock in the morning. Also, it's breakfast. It's in the hood now, so you gotta know where you're going. But it's amazing food, amazing experience.
Oh,
It's the ladies in there always they're gonna cut up with you.
okay.
Um,
We love that.
And then it's some other places that I'm gonna also put on my page that I'm gonna highlight for the weekend to go to and experience. That's gonna be coming out in the next couple of days. I had to make sure that I touch base with some of the local restaurant owners and especially in our community and culture to make sure that I'm okay to put that on my page. So I kind of narrowed it down to a few, and I'm gonna highlight them for the weekend to go and
Love
patronize that
that.
weekend.
Love it. So we're almost at an hour, so I gotta start winding it down before my team tells me
Okay.
to shut up. But tell us about the weekend. What do you have planned for TK events? When do they start? What are they? Let's hear it.
So of course, this weekend is now we're getting more towards saying it is New Orleans Urban Pride Red Dress Fest weekend, taking the red dress run out of it just to make our own lane for our community because I feel like the experience that we've made with TK events has been becoming our own lane. So we're trying to get away from the red dress run organization kind of red dress run things, and make it our own. So, like you said earlier, it has become a pride to us, and because of the who's been coming in and who's been supporting, it's our culture, it's our people. So, it's going to be August the 6th through the 10th. I have multiple events going on. I'm starting with August the 6th, Thursday. Is going to be the amazing Thursday game night RSVP for the free tickets. I'm going to be adding more tickets soon. I think we just sold out as soon as I put it on there. August the 7th will be a mix and mingle on that Friday. It will be a mix and mingle earlier that day, but that night it will be our annual kickoff event that will be at Nice Guys. Amazing venue, amazing location, and I'm gonna say this also, all of my events will be at a good cost. I'll say that. We're not going over $50 this year. So right now there you get tickets for 20 and something dollars. But from keeping my ears to the ground, I know how other prizes have been. So I've kind of
Yeah.
been thinking about how to make this, event successful and good for others to come and want to come back. So I know all the other, possibly the other promoters have put their events $50 to $70 $100 just to get in. We're not doing that
Yeah.
this year. So
Affordable. The way to go.
um, I'm making it affordable for everyone to make sure that it's not going over $50, and that's last minute tickets or being at the door, capping it at $50. Kickoff event Saturday. We are doing of course, my annual drinks and dresses at Toulouse Theater. I'm bringing in something new this year called Pop the Balloons, which you guys probably have heard of,
Interesting.
with tracks out of
Interesting.
Atlanta. So we're including him this year, which is amazing. Look, I've been communicating and collaborating with him about how can we make this happen. We finally got together and making it happen during the Drinks and Dresses and Ball event at Toulouse Theater. So make sure you get those tickets for the live viewing of Pop the Balloon with tracks, as well as going into the ball and day party.
Yeah.
All gonna be happening at Toulouse Theater, right in the middle of the French Quarter, a couple blocks away from the Paid. So just keep walking down Toulouse Street, and you're running right into the venue. I try to make sure that all my venues are very local in the French Quarter.
So Saturday you have Pop the Balloon, which I think is very interesting to see in person. But Saturday night you are stirring the pot a little bit because you're competing on Saturday night. And I'm gonna let you say what your Saturday night event is because I love all my boys and dolls. So what's
Okay.
your Saturday night event?
That is Noir Nola that I'm collaborating with an associate of mine called Cass. His entertainment in Atlanta is Casanova Entertainment,
Okay.
which we are bringing Noir Nola, which is a official circuit event. Not the R&B, not the hip hop or anything included. We are bringing a official circuit event with all the boys, all the music, the amazing DJ of Gary, and also the our other DJ, Gary, and my mind went blank, but hold on. Oh my God, I don't want blank. So I'll just say two major DJs.
It's okay. I'll plug it in.
Okay. Um, yeah, we're bringing it to New Orleans finally. Something that I kind of mentioned it before. Um, it was one of the major nights that I kind of let someone kind of engage in and not knowing, what I was kind of getting into.
Yeah.
So, without going too far into that, I felt like, let's kind of snatch the rope back in and say,
Yeah.
we're doing, like I said, let the locals do it. And because we know what we're doing.
Love that.
Then Sunday, of course, is the amazing pool party that I kind of pivoted from the rooftop that I've been doing for the last couple of years. Is going to be the fourth annual socialite finale pool and block party, which there you will finally get to taste some of the Goods Barbecue, which is my own business. Um, It's going to be an original block party. I'm bringing my own food truck, my business, my own, I'm putting my touch on it this year.
Okay.
At this pool party. So to make it a block party, we're gonna have vendors, we're gonna have entertainment. You can go online on to check out all of these events on the link in my bio to get your cabanas, get your rooms. This year is gonna be second floor rooms that's overlooking the pool, which you can rent the whole hotel room out during the pool party. So
Mm.
it's a venue that you don't want to miss. It's a new venue. I usually have it at Empire, which is a club environment. Um, I,
Right.
a lot of people, I moved it up earlier because the pool was used to be so cold. This year is outside events, it's shading, it's like I said, it's rooms that you can rent. Something that I don't think nobody has ever done. I like to kind of push the boundaries and make sure that I highlight a lot of the venues here in the city that a lot of people don't know where to go. So
Okay.
with that being said, you have cabanas that you can rent as sections. You have rooms that you'll be able to rent a section. They're not on the link yet. I'm adding them tomorrow.
Okay.
Like I said, it's going to be entertainment. It's going to be amazing food. I'm not going to just say it's going to be me as the vendor, food vendor. I'm going to have three other amazing vendors that's local here in the city. So you'll definitely keep it in the New Orleans states as well as snowballs and, to keep you guys cool, just in case you get too hot. But check it out. It's the Sunday finale socialites. Can't wait. And then we go
Yeah.
on into Monday, the amazing drag finale show for those who are staying,
Hmm.
like you said earlier, if you meet someone and you want to stay
Extend
Monday,
that stay.
you stay in the city. We're doing an amazing drag show to close out the week, the whole weekend. Which that will be at the pub on Bourbon Street, which a lot of people don't participate in. So I'm bringing the drag show to the pub, which is an amazing location, and it's
Okay.
convenient right in the French Quarter. So
Got you.
a lot
So,
of events.
all your events that weekend, what will make someone say, I'm going to his events? Why should someone come to yours?
Well, first, my like I said, I'm an original person that give you originality for the city, my venues as well as my price points, and you get a $200 weekend pass to go to all of these events. That probably all the events don't add up to be that much. So get your weekend passes now. DM me. I'm not gonna go up from there. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna skyrocket any prices. Like I said, I'm making it affordable for everyone this year, and I'm making the experience local this year. So
Okay.
local artists performing, experience local venues that you probably have never seen or experienced before. And also, if you come on any spare time besides Red Dress Run, these are places that you can adventure off to on your own and experience it on a regular day. And of course, we don't want to miss the Page weekend. After any party, everyone is gonna always be at the Page. Shout out to Willie
Respect to
Mack.
the
He's
page.
amazing. Respect the
Respect
Page.
to the page. Respect to the page. And I always say this, respect to the bartenders at the page. They, from my experience, they have been there ever since I've been going. There is
Yes.
the older guy that is great behind the bar. There's the guy with the locks that is amazing behind the bar, dark skin,
Yeah.
half cut, half locks. Then there's the
Okay.
other guy that now has locks that is brown skin. And I just highlight the page because it's a cornerstone for you guys. It's a cornerstone for people like me. And
Yes.
people don't understand Red Dress Run for people like me gave me confidence. It gave me freedom. And it's not just because, oh, I get to be a punk in a dress. It was years ago before y'all bitches started coming now, making it an image thing. Years ago, bitches could walk up and down the street with any dress on. People just, oh, you look so good. Oh, you're so
Right.
confident. It was no judgment. It was no pretentiousness in it. It was no, oh, I need to look like this. I need to give this. I need to do that. It was just a good time. And I remember the
Absolutely.
page was one of those places where my first year, we went in there on Friday. It wasn't that packed in the daytime. We talked to the bartender, just, it was just good conversation. So I love to hear that, your goal is to get back to nostalgia. Now, I will throw a little bit of fire in here and say, I'm
Okay.
going to get TK events because every flyer that I've seen, the boys have always had 6-packs. And I'm trying to figure out what that's about.
Well, but that's because I haven't put out all the pictures yet. I'm still dropping a lot of information. I'm still dropping a lot of
Mm-hmm.
posts. coming in for the
Mm-hmm.
weekend. So
Mm-hmm.
of course the flyers are their own thing. Of course everyone is welcome. Of course, as you see, I'm in a thick space too. So I'm a
Well,
thick
you
I'm a
know,
thick guy. Well, so don't think that I'm just highlighting the fine masculine 6-pack men. Everyone is welcome. Even the females is welcome to all the events. Except I don't think they'll be wanting to come to the circuit party. That's the only one. So that I'll
no,
just
they
throw
cannot
that
come
out.
to the circuit party.
Every
My
but
aunt,
all
my
the
aunt said that
every
today.
event,
No,
everyone is welcome. Every
my
event,
aunt said
everyone
today.
is
She said, y'all won't let us go to that party. No, you cannot. No,
so
no,
it's a
no,
code check
no.
for the Saturday. It's a code check at the door. So when I say code check, that means it's we want you to come in black, but we're creating the room to be red. That would be the highlight of the
Okay.
of the. So coming in black, wear what you want. It'll be a code check. That's all I gotta say. So
And for all of you that are supporting, listening, and watching, I know you're probably like, well, what are you gonna do? I honestly have not thought far enough to red dress run. My birthday is Sunday, July 26th. I'll be in Atlanta for the weekend, celebrating with another friend of mine on Saturday, and I'm still figuring out Sunday. But I talked to my co-host today. I'm like, we have to figure out what we're gonna do in New Orleans. We like to support people. We like to
right.
show face and be at events. It's just so many now, right? But hearing things like your pool party on Sunday that we can get the room or cabana, like that's something that we can do. I don't know what the fuck made me do this, but I get there on Wednesday. I've never stayed this long in New Orleans. So I don't
Well,
even
listen,
know what to do
they
on Wednesday.
you chill, relax, and be a local. I'll say that. Be a local
What
because
that
no one is
mean?
really be a local. Mean that you are there before, or if someone stay after, you get to experience the calm before the storm. So like I said, you get to experience the originality of the city, and I always tell people that come when nothing is going on and experience the city for what it
Yeah,
is.
I've done
Um,
that. Yeah.
yeah. So and also, like I said, even or either afterwards. So I definitely understand. So you'll have something to do on Wednesday. The page never closed,
That's true. That's true.
and we never
That's
stop
true.
drinking here. So we drink every day.
That's true. Well, as I wrap up, my last pick quest of the night is going to be what we call rapid fire. You're going to finish the statement as I say it. But before we do rapid fire, I do want to tell all those who are listening and watching, TK is a great and awesome person. I'm excited that I got to
Appreciate it.
talk to you today. I'm excited to see you. But to all of you heifers, he is not for you. He's for me. We've been together since I met him. He's been great. I think I said something really wild to him the first time I met him, and I was like, "Oh," he laughed it off. If anybody has met me in any capacity, I just like to kiki and have a good time. I probably don't mean any of it. I am single. For those who are watching and listening, I am single though. But I don't mean I just have a good
I'm,
time. So TK's always been pleasant.
I'm single too, and I'm very approachable.
Didn't I just say
Granted,
you're not? Didn't I just say
huh?
you're not? Didn't I just say you're not? What?
I'm sorry. I mean, if you're single, so I expected me to be single as
Mm-hmm,
well. But
mm-hmm.
just saying that I've gotten a lot of hearsay saying of what people are saying about me as TK, saying that what type of person I am. Of course, you're gonna get those kind of lashbacks.
Yeah.
I'm very approachable, you guys. I'm very
Yes.
humble of what's going on. If you come up to me and ask me or talk to me or even communicate with me via DM, I'm a person that's very straightforward and wanting to talk to people. I'll give you direct, straight
Yeah.
information. So don't listen to everything you hear because, like I said, come to the source, which is me, and communicate with me, and you'll see what I give yourself. So, I
Okay.
also want to go ahead.
Finish these statements first, and then I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
let you do your closing statement. Red dress run is dot dot dot.
For everyone,
Oh, one thing everyone should pack.
a fan,
Best tradition.
being in a red dress,
Best meal after partying.
a hot sausage po' boy,
One thing that should never change.
the culture,
Advice for first timers.
come dust and danger. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I am
You know,
kidding.
that's our
That's
line
the
here
fun
at Thique Talk. You know, that's our line.
side.
You
That's the
know, I
fun side.
got, you know what? I might have to get you a shirt like the one I got. 'Cause I have a shirt that say "This and Dangerous." Send me that t-shirt size. Next question: jock strap or thong on Saturday?
Definitely jockstrap.
Fishnet or pantyhose on Saturday night?
Fishnet.
Ooh, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, fishnet. Should they go flowy or tight for their dress?
Depending on the body. So
Mm.
Floyd. So Floyd, if you're trying to stay cool,
Last question. What's one thing you could what's one thing if you had unlimited resources you would do at Red Dress Festival?
that is a huge question all in itself. To unpack all of it, it would be like I said, it's a festival and it's on. That's what I'm trying to make it to be. Creating it to be. The venue that I wanted to do the park event wasn't available this year. Next year it will be that. Huge stage set up during Red Dress Run event. Major entertainers for our community and more and more and more. More activation sites, more of community resources giving out, which again, that's what I have a little bit of that local resources here this year for HIV testing, which I'll plug in just a moment. But definitely,
Awesome.
definitely much bigger day.
Well, before we close tonight with our closing statements, I do want to say thank you again for allowing me to speak with you, and thank you for having the courage to come on our platform here at Thique Talk. To all of my Thique Talk family, thank you for always supporting. It is almost Leo season. Let's just take a pause and get ready for the lions to roar, darling. You know, I am excited for Leo season. It is my birthday
I'm still
season.
stuck in Gemini season.
You can be stuck if you want, but we move with the pride, honey. We move with the pride.
I
And the
got you.
Lions are moving forth, you know,
They
and
are.
New Orleans has become a birthday thing for me. My friends come, we celebrate, even though my birthday is this week and New Orleans is 2 weeks after that. It is one of those things. So I'm truly, truly, truly excited, blessed to have you. Once again to my followers, thank y'all for supporting. I know season 3 is over. We're just doing some special episodes here to do what we always like to do and support the community. Remember, Thique Talk isn't just about the big boys, but it's about the heavy hitters. And heavy hitters look like anybody, but they are part of our community. They contribute and they are compassionate about what they do. And TK Events, you guys are amazing. You continue to grow. I'm proud of you. Even when we
Thank
talk
you.
about like the hotel that was high as gas to get a drink and hot as hell to stand out. One thing about it, me and Vaughn, we supported. We went there more than once, more than twice, whatever year you did it. We were there because we believe in the vision, right? And we wanted to see Red Dress Run or Red Dress Festival have those little things. Now y'all girls have took it real far, so we're trying to balance that out. Also to other promoters and people that may watch and listen, it's always love. It's always support. I think one thing that we're seeing in 2026 though is when there is a pride or something in that city, people don't like the outsiders coming in no more. So eventually all y'all promoters gonna have to sit down for a conference. Maybe I need to come up with a coalition or something so y'all can get organized, meet up once a year for 4 days and talk and hash things out and laugh and build
Oh yeah,
community
definitely.
and share strategies. You know, maybe that's something I could come up with, like a national something. But no,
Come on,
seriously,
count.
like it's yeah, you know, it's always something, you know, that
Yeah.
can be done. But we're here to support. I was talking to Vaughn J, my co-host, early today. We're hoping to at least attend one of everybody's event. We're hoping to be able to be on the street doing interviews, because we're working on visibility too. We've gotten so accustomed to Red Dress Run being our relaxed space, but now it's like it's so many options and opportunities for viewership and for publicity and for opportunity to expound our platform. So if you are interested in partnering or anyone is interested in doing anything with us, we are always open to do those things. I know at DC Pride, I hosted a panel for big guys, and it was one of my best experiences because I was able to hear how promoters that have been doing this for 30 years for a marginalized group have, navigated this new era. Because, at one time, nobody wanted to be big. Nobody wanted to be thick. Nobody wanted to
Right.
be that person. So now everybody wants to be thick or this kind of bill. So I say all of this to say, Thique Talk, we are here for you all as well. So, and we're here for all those who are there for the weekend. But to you,
Absolutely.
TK, I'm going to allow you to give your closing statement.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing everyone come in and join New Orleans culture, Red Dress Fest, New Orleans Urban Pride, experience everything that we're putting together for the weekend for you guys. Um, Shout out to, of course, Brotherhood Incorporated, um, Men of Color, also the movement, and as well as Mister for providing sponsorship and also testing sites here in New Orleans. If you want to get tested for free tickets, you can find that information on my page, TK Events NOLA. You go get tested here locally in New Orleans. You can pick whatever event you want to go to for free. So keep that in mind. And this is at Crescent Care location, Brotherhood location, right here in New Orleans. Of course, shout out to, again, Mister for being the overall sponsor for that weekend.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for joining me tonight. Thank you again for taking the time. I'm excited to see you in almost 2 weeks. If you decide to pick me up from my hotel room on Wednesday night and say, I'm going to take you to a local place to get a po' boy, you just pick that phone up and let me know,
A sausage sandwich and everything. I can definitely do that.
I know you're a busy guy, but if you want to make time for a gal like me on Wednesday, sure. But no,
Look, I
seriously.
always treat the tourists right, so you can definitely
Not,
look
I'm
forward
not
to
a
it.
tourist anymore. Let's not say that. I've been there, not just for Red Restaurant. I've been in the middle of March, April. I've been to New Orleans probably about 10 times in my life already. Love
So
it.
we must
And I
have
have
not been.
friends
Look,
there.
we must not have been together because I did not even know you were in the city. So, but we'll
Yeah,
talk about that off camera, huh?
Yeah, y'all don't really feature the gal, so But no,
But
seriously, I'm excited. I'm about to log off of here and find me a dress or two because we are doing a photo shoot and all this other stuff, and then we need something for the actual
okay.
run, and then we need something for the street. It's a lot happening.
Oh,
So
it's a lot.
yeah, I'm excited. Best of luck to you, TK. Best of
Thank
luck
you.
to all of the promoters that are participating in
Yeah,
Red Dress Run and with the Red Dress Festival. I gotta get used to saying that
correct.
Red Dress
I
Fest. That's
know.
so cute.
It's
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah. And to all of those who this is your first time coming to New Orleans for Red Dress Run, come with the unexpected, come with an empty stomach, a liver that's healthy and ready to go, and come with a spirit of just community, fun, and just let your hair down because that's what it gives. And the heat, baby, it will help you if you did not know.
Absolutely.
Pack those fans. As I told y'all last year, this is not the time to do aluminum free deodorant. You need the one that gives you cancer. I'm sorry. You need that stick that is strong. You need to
Yes.
be ready. Carry your wipes, carry your douche, carry your cologne and your oils. It'll be a time to be had. I will see you soon. Thique Talk will see you soon in the bio. But as we say always, keep it real, keep it cute, and keep it thick. See you soon.
Audio Jungle.